The man he go take him over, brother. And this is the man who's supposed to be the most.
Hello, dear listeners. Today, Michael Carnegie has something special for you. A business opportunity that might just change your life. Imagine working from the comforts of your own home or anywhere in the world with just your laptop, computer, or smartphone. Intrigued? Well, stay tuned because Michael Carnegie is about to unveil the secrets of an exciting online business. Friends, this isn't your typical business. In fact, it's so unique that you don't sell a single product. Instead, you share the incredible benefits of this opportunity with others, helping them kickstart their journey to passive income. And the best part? It's automated, running 24/7, 365 days a year. So what's the catch? There isn't one. No need to stock inventory, handle shipping, or deal with customer service. Just sit back, relax, and watch your income grow. But how do you get started? That's the easy part. The entire training program is video-based, making it accessible to anyone, regardless of their background or experience. And if you ever find yourself in need of guidance, mentors are there to support you every step of the way. Now you might be wondering, what's the real payoff? Well, here it is. More time with your family. Picture never missing out on your children's important milestones, creating countless memories due to increased travel time, and having the financial freedom to save for retirement and even that dream home. Imagine a life where you're not tied to a 9-to-5 routine, but instead you're in control of your time and your destiny. This is not just a business opportunity, it's a lifestyle change. If you're ready to take the plunge into a world of unlimited potential, where your success is only limited by your ambition, then this online business may just be the game changer you've been waiting for. To learn more and start your journey to financial freedom, visit the website at www.michaelmcarnegie.com. That's www.michaelmcarnegie.com. Don't let this opportunity pass you by.
The world is a troubled place. We must find time to save the human race. Love, unity, and empathy has no place among the human race in this transition. When we live in love and harmony and show respect with unity, only love can set us free to fight injustice wherever it be. Just said the hungry must be fed, but man can't live by only bread. We have the future in our hands. Let's take the trot to the promised land. Jamaica, Ethiopia, America, calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, calling. From the middle of the graveyard to the center of the sea, our ancestors, are you and me, we are the great ones. From the beginning of time, we have the heart, the soul, the body, and the mind. Calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, calling. United we stand, divided we fall. All for one and one for all. Right. Some never know themselves. Don't know why I'm not getting my. Are you hearing me? Jamaica, Haiti, Nyankopong, Grand Rising.
Grand Rising.
Calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, Nyankopong. Check. All right. Grand Rising, are you hearing me loud and clear?
Loud and clear.
Grand Rising.
Grand Rising.
Everybody
Grand
hearing
Rising.
me? You hear me loud and clear? I don't know why I'm not.
Yeah, we're hearing you.
Yeah, you hear me now? Yeah, man. You must hear me.
I'm hearing you.
This
Not hearing you now. Nothing. Can't hear you. No.
are you hearing me now?
Now it's good.
All right. I don't know what happened to the earpiece tonight. Earpiece not connect to the setup. All right, thank you for joining us. We are doing our final one for tonight. Tonight is our last lap. That's the last lap. You know, we're not going to be here next week. We're going together next week. So, Brother Danny, Brother Earl, and Brother Kareem, and Brother James, until we get some more interaction, we can go and chill. Anything on anybody's mind? Anybody want to ask any question? Raise a comment or a topic. I think that last night was good. You know, we decipher something. Tonight is about ambassador, but we're going to spread it. So, you know, it's not just the ambassadorial part of the journey we're going to pay attention to. We're going to pay attention to any other aspect that we need to. All right, or documents, or spirituality. So tonight should be an interactive night. All right. Talk about interactive. I spoke with brother Williams. Kareem the man said him definitely stuffing as much things as possible in his brain so he can bring it up for you, but you're not going to get it. You only gonna have it in your brain. Have you spoken to him? He's coming up back on Sunday. And him say, man, if I wanted anything, I don't know if you in particular was asking for anything. And you never talk about them bush, the Kareem. It's like the bush them, you just forget about them. All right.
No, them not yet to reach me yet.
Yeah, well, a Sunday, the man will come up in a charge. Yeah. So if the man will come up Sunday and you know link him yet, that simple means that you don't really want the things. See it? So him said you can give him a call still. You know.
I forgot to do that.
Yeah, man, I would advise you to do that. It's a good thing. All right, I have some material here that I want to share.
Because when a agent stop you and threatens him or carry the tow truck on you, what was your first thought? What's your first thought? Are you scared? Are you happily giving him access to take away your car? What's your approach? Anybody can tell me? No.
Well, first thing I'm going to do is find out what's the reason for the stop.
Okay.
Why are you interacting with? Why are you interacting with me? And then
Fine. What's the code of this stop? Where you stop me and harassing me for? So suppose they
what is the crime?
What is the
What
crime?
is the crime? Where's the victim?
Yeah, but him say him no business about none of that. Him a carry down a station. Feel like say him have to call the tow truck and carry you down to the station. Did you give him permission to touch your private property? Did you?
No.
No. So if it is your private property and you never give the agent right to take away your private property, what do you do then? Because this individual is taking away your car, and I said, boy, yo, so me I call the tow truck. I will see that your car get impounded for how many days, inconvenient you. What do you do next? Just make a car. You just do without a car, right? And you don't seek to get your justice. Do you think that is fair?
No, yeah,
That's
you have to stand your ground.
all right.
It's not fair.
I'm going to play a piece right here where an explanation is given when a sovereign is in this predicament. Okay? So this is a gentleman explaining from his perspective what should be done. A lot of people don't think about these measures, but this is an avenue to deal with a situation like that. Let's listen.
Somebody impounds your car, parked it where it wasn't supposed to be parked, and they towed it, put it in an impound lot. And the guy wants some $250 for towing and $100 a day for storage. Well, anybody that's in possession of your vehicle that doesn't have title to it is renting your vehicle. So you send him a true bill for renting your automobile for as long as he's had it. If you want to go down to the local courthouse, you can pull up a lawsuit by Avis Rent-A-Car or Hertz Rent-A-Car, copy it, and sue the tow truck company. Or if a police officer orders a tow truck company to remove your vehicle from the highway and he won't give it back to you, send him a true bill for for rent-a-car. Your car will be back in one day. Maybe.
Does that sound applicable? Anyone? Does that sound realistic to y'all?
Not really.
Why?
I think from my perspective, it would be very difficult to get them to comply.
You understand what he said? You
Yes.
are not going to inform the tow truck company that you're going to sue them enough. On what grounds are you suing the tow truck company?
Rental fees.
Yes, but how did it happen that you are suing them for rental fees? You park your car, someone come because of codes and status, and they tow your vehicle away. When they tow your vehicle away, did they get any license and registration from you? Did they get any ownership of the vehicle, anything like that? No. So what he's saying is to get a template from Hertz or one of those rental companies, fill it out as a rental started from the time that they took it from you and bill them accordingly. Now, if I don't tell you, Brother Earl, that I am suing you, and I go to the court, get a notice, drop the letter in your yard, you see it, kiss your teeth, and did not turn up, you know that you owe me, right? Because you did not turn up. So this is the measure that he's telling you to use.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, the catch about this is we have started instructing our brothers and sisters that when you purchase anything, you need to get the ownership title of what you purchased. A lot of brothers and sisters are driving around with cars that they don't have the right ownership paper for. Because the dealer has to get an ownership paper from the maker to sell the car. But when they're selling the car, they give you a duplicate. And if you have the ownership to that vehicle, it is your vehicle, it's not a state property. As a sovereign, anything you own don't belong to the state, it belongs to you. Because you are taking anything we have on your property on it. What is your property? Your name. So therefore, this belongs to you. Any question? Any insight, Kareem? Go ahead.
The template for the rental agreement. Who set the fees? Is the fees set by? Are you using the ones from the rental company, or you are using your own fees?
Well, it's your car. What's the inconvenience? Is it $100 a day you usually make off your mobile? Yes. Is it $200 a day you usually make off your mobile? You can show that in the court of law, the inconvenience of you not having your vehicle, and it amount to the time that they have it. It's a very it's a unique way, and I stumble upon it. Let me continue.
Maybe a couple hours. The fraud that takes place here is profound with the courthouses and the courts. All judges, attorneys, lawyers, politicians all swear the same oath that no law or fact shall be retried in court. If I just were to drop one of these two positions here and say my pen and drop the word for, or with my pen, and I drop the word with, and just say my pen, my becomes an adverb, and an adverb modifies a verb. Modification is change, change is motion, motion is action, action is verb. Seeing all ADV, vowel two consonants, modifier. EDJ, adjective, color, modifier. PRO, no, 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 UN, no. They gave us a lot of negative choices. And no's are negative. That's why the sign says no trespassing, no parking. See, what the sign should read, for the trespassing on this land is with the fee of the $5,000. For the parking of the car in this space is with the fee of the $500. Now, this is a pronoun, adverb, adverb, verb. But if you put for the writ of de novo, then this becomes a 5, a 6, a 7, a 5, a 6, and a 7. This is French, but de means the, in novo, it would then become a fact. So I filed for the writ of the de novo. So for the writ of de novo is your ticket to get a free trial for anything. I don't care what it is. They cannot move forward on any topic. They want to foreclose your house, then they use adverb, verb. They didn't give you equal protection of the law. That's a prepositional phrase, for the protection of the law using the correct parse syntax grammar. Therefore, you can sue for a writ of de novo just for the be correct on the grammar. Doesn't matter if you got a mortgage or a deed of trust. Indiana uses the terminology mortgage. California uses the terminology deed of trust. D is a pronoun, of is an adverb, making trust a verb. The word mortgage, by it stands alone on top of your document, is called a pronoun. There's no prepositional phrase. You know, if I hold up this object, you see a pen. In Spanish, it's scribola. And if I hold this object about 5,000 languages, I get 5,000 different sounding effects to what it is. Does 2 + 2 = 4? Did you hear what I said, what I meant, what I said, what I said, what I meant, what I said? I can do this 150 different ways before I'm going to get it right. So don't ever presume what you think I said, because if my lips are moving, I'm lying to you. That's what a judge said to me. He says, all you got to do is prove it. He says, and in 8,500 years, Wasilewski says, no one has ever proved it. Wait a minute. He says, you mean to say if I say yes, you're going to say no? He goes, yep. And if I say no, you're going to say yes. He says, that's right. And he says, all right. Does 3 + 3 = 6? He goes, yeah. He says, no one ever went to war over a math problem in the history of mankind. Somebody impound.
Yeah, that was some other grammar that he was talking about. We don't speak grammar as what, but that is a solution as far as sovereign goes. So does anybody right here confident the fact that you could use that template to actually get some justice from the tow truck company, who is a third party? Because you know, he noticed what he said in the last part. The judge cannot represent for a third party because a third party is a hearsay. So, like for instance, with people, debt collectors go there and they're third parties. So a tow truck man is a third party for a car dealer who is also a third party. The tow truck man is not even a third party, it's a fourth party, that because the dealer is not the owner of the car. But the dealer, because you went into contract with them, source out your loan, as what they're calling it, to buy the car to the tow truck, and the tow truck come now to do the job. They are putting themselves, because you don't have. Do you have a deal with the tow truck? No. But the tow truck is just taking orders now, because the property that they're coming for was given to you by the dealer, not the merchant. Am I making sense? Am I making sense, brothers and sisters? Because if you have to apply this.
You have to run through it again. I kind of get the gist, but you have to run through it again.
All right. If your car is being towed, which is your property, this video is instructing you that you, as a sovereign who don't have a contract with the tow truck, can actually charge the tow truck a rental fee from the beginning of the confiscation until you receive it back. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
You don't understand that, Crystal?
I didn't see all of the videos, so probably that's why I don't understand that.
All right, hold on. I'm going to run this video again because it has some ingredients in it, and we're trying to find the proof in the pudding.
Impounds your car. You parked it where it wasn't supposed to be. Somebody impounds your car. You parked it where it wasn't supposed to be parked, and they towed it, put it in an impound lot. And the guy wants some $250 for towing and $100 a day for storage. Well, anybody that's in possession of your vehicle that doesn't have title to it is renting your vehicle. So you send him a true bill for renting your automobile for as long as he's had it. If you want to go down to the local courthouse, you can pull up a lawsuit by Avis Rent-A-Car or Hertz Rent-A-Car, copy it, and sue the tow truck company. Or if a police officer orders a tow truck company to remove your vehicle from the highway, and he won't give it back to you, send him a true bill for towing. For rent a car.
Do you understand that? Do you understand what he said, Crystal?
I understand, and ignorance is not bliss at all. I never know that. Makes sense though.
I listen
Don't
me.
touch me.
Listen me. I am looking at when I first saw this, I never think about it in that capacity. That
Mm-hmm.
while I'm still dealing with the cookie, because I think it is not the. This is another catchy part to it. That the piece, the agent, if it's a police officer, you would have to get his name and his badge number so you could bill him personally. Because you can't build, I wouldn't build the state because the state would put me through a lot of rigmarole. But with the agent, I can target the agent.
It's so we lost in the sauce that we don't critical think or question nothing. We deep in programming, I
But
did not think of it that way at all.
this is it. You are operating. If you notice him set you, I'm gonna play it back where him say that if you don't have certain things given to you by my authority, you're actually taking my stuff forcefully, and that's how the rental come in. Because by right, if you have my property, inconvenient me, I did not give you permission to my property. You put it on the truck and tow it. Don't get hot-headed. Don't get hot-headed. The man said just simply go get a Avis rent a car farm, put it in a your name where you done own the name and copyright it already, and carry it down at the courthouse and file it. When you file it now, you post. They are going to the clerk of the court is going to send something come at the person yard. When that come, if that person say, "I rubbish this man and dash it where it even nicer feel." If them not show up, if them can you sue them for $10,000 enough. And in a common law, this $10,000 a year, once them not show up, it is in your favor. And then now you can start collect your money from them because they have to go find money to go back to court now to go dispute what you say. So them are going to end up. So common law court is in some way or form it has justice, but you have to know how to file it. I'm happy that you understand it. I don't have to play it to the rest of it, but I'll just play half more. No law. Let me play about that again. Lawyers, politicians, judges swear the same oath that no law fact. What do they mean by that, Brother Earl? No law fact shall be ever be tried in court. Brother Earl, do you know that? Do you know what does that meaning is? That no
To me,
law.
it sounds like they will not prosecute any law. They will not. That's it. We're wasting our time here. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yo, Brother Earl, yo, you hear what? All politicians, judge, lawyers, attorneys, everyone that's supposed to represent for the law has swear that no law fact shall ever be tried in the court. Crystal, what I said, brother? What is that?
It means you might as well, instead of going to the courthouse, you might as well go to the bakery because you're wasting your time in the courthouse. Because they're not going to do anything for you. They're telling you we're not going to do anything for you. That's what they're saying right there. No law will be tried or
No law fact.
no law of fact. They're telling the fact we will not do anything.
And
She's
it's what
coming out
you
here.
say too. Cause remember the lady have a blindfold over her eye.
She doesn't want to see the bullshit. She's not looking. She's gotta.
Right.
If you notice with that, there's no lady in family court. She couldn't take it anymore. She got up and left.
Jesus. Jeez. So
But
now
they don't want to. They don't want to practice the law. They're telling you it's pretty much whatever we say happens, not what you came here for. So they're telling you might as well spend the time in the bakery smelling those fresh donuts and those cakes because they're gonna smell really good. But at least you'll get that from the day instead of going to the courthouse, sitting around all day, spending money, and then just to be called a loser. You're gonna lose. Nothing's gonna be in your favor.
You watch them.
They're telling you this to your face. Imagine what they're doing behind your back.
there is no justice in the courthouse because if the laws and facts cannot be brought forward, that simply means that they're just wasting our time, brothers and sisters. Wasting our time, and it's thank God we're seeing through the facade and we are breakthrough. So that is why it is so important to bring your facts to the courthouse. Okay? Your facts is your notification and your affidavit. They're your facts. Because if you should go to court, Crystal, and you don't supply them everything 21 days or 7 days prior to your special appearance, you can point out Your Honor, Exhibit A that was delivered on the 23rd. The list is here and the date stamped right here by the Postmaster General that it was delivered. The clerk of court also sign off on it. It states that I am not your property. How are they going to dispute that lawful fact? Can they? No. It is right there, Your Honor. It's right there. Either you go and hear somebody say quote adjourn or them a take recess. And sovereign, anytime them a take recess, that means them will reset it. You need your case to be adjourned, Your Honor, before you leave. The people are asking for you to adjourn your courthouse. Now there is something that we are bullied in, and that is the agents with guns and uniform inside the courtroom. These I have something I wanted to show it to you where uh, within the courthouse the rank of the police does not have any power because this is not a precinct. This is a lawful courthouse that is governed by laws, and that is why the police, when they go into the courthouse under the statutes and codes, they are not powerful than us who stand on the law. But as the man said a while ago, what you have to do to the judge? Prove it. Prove it. And if the judge is not there on the lawful facts, that means that when you say yes, him ever say no. So you have to have your things put forward for when he's going to say, are you representing Crystal? Your Honor, as it stated on your desk, the property Crystal belongs to the sovereign living woman who stands here who goes by the name of Crystal, never your clan name, because the courthouse has to attach you to your clan, because the clan is where the money is. Your family name is where all of that wealth lies. You have wealth too, but get it in your head that when them say Crystal James, oh, the James is very much there, and you can't claim James. But you can claim Crystal, because Crystal was given to you as a name. Anything you create, it belongs to you. So your property is trademark. Your Honor, that name is trademark. And Grand Rising to Doctor and Miss Barrett, who is on YouTube, and everyone that is joining us. Now let's look at the crux of the matter, because all of this did not just spring up on us. We all know that there's an elite behind it, but some of us don't really consider the elite to be important, but they're very, very important, because these status and codes, they are enforced by the elite because that is what gives the elite power. The elite don't have any lawful power. They have legal power. And not because it's legal, meaning it's lawful. Because it can be illegal and not lawful, but yet still because of statutes and codes, you have to pay the piper. All right, this is a contribution that I pick up also that talks about, as we are talking about the elites, it is mentioning some of the inside secrets that they carry on us.
Jesus is a metaphor for the sun. And so boiling it down, Christianity is sun worship based on astrology, because nobody owns the sun. So obviously the sun belongs to God. So it's God's son, and he's the light of the world. Of course the sun's the light of the world. What else lights the world if it's not the sun? And he has 12 helpers. Of course, the 12 signs of the zodiac, the 12 months of the year. He is our risen Savior. Of course, it rises every morning about 5:30. And the sun is your Savior. If it don't come up, we're dead. So once you start breaking down the symbols in the Old and the New Testament, you begin to see that Christianity is basically astrology and sun worship. But it has been so well hidden and so cleverly disguised. And once you start breaking it down and reading the whole story, it becomes overwhelmingly obvious. This is what we're talking about. He has a virgin birth. He's born of a virgin, of course. Virgin birth because one of the constellations of the zodiac is Virgo, Virgo the virgin. This is why Judas gives Jesus the kiss of death, because Judas represents Scorpio, and Scorpio gives the God's son, the light of the world, the kiss of death.
Wow. Wow. This is explaining to us the religious counterpart that's going on with we being here. I thought it was something else. But anybody can relate to what he's saying as far as breaking down religion. That's a small thing. You have to watch the entirety. But the symbols and the gestures, anybody can relate to that. If a Jehovah's Witness should come to you right now and say, listen, me, Jesus is the Son of Man, how would you handle? How would you answer him? What would you say to them?
Hold on. If a Jehovah's Witness come and say that Jesus
Yeah,
is the Son of Man,
yeah.
isn't he the Son of Man? No, Mary and Joseph, but
I
Mary conception birth woman, no, the Son
I
of Man.
I'm going to play it back again, Crystal, because this man has just explained to you, even with the son and the 12 disciples,
Oh, that you
this is
talking. But
all
no,
critical thing.
the
So
Son. No, he's saying that it's Christianity is broken up with symbols, with astrology, and it all go back to sun worship. Because the Son of God, but you said Son of Man. Son of
yes,
God is
there
the
was no
Son
there was no son of
of
man.
Man to begin with. Okay,
Yes,
okay, that's
it,
what.
it it is the ancient days usually. All right, anybody but put a stick in the ground and use it to mark time.
The shadow, them used to have some shadow marking, and you could know the time of day.
Yeah, that is astrology.
Right. Okay.
So what they have done now is take astrology and interpret it through Christianity,
Okay. Yes.
and then it become a religion. And then people are telling you that there's truly was a crucifying and people dead on cross and all. They are they are not what it seems. As you hear the man say a while ago, they have turned Mother Nature into weapon, how they can utilize these weapons to control us. The 12 disciples, it is coming from the 12 constellation, right? The Son of God. Um, our ancestors usually said the Son of God because the Son was created by the God. But then now two people want to manipulate us. They preach it into gospel and utilize it. But we have to be very wise about it. Miss Barrett said it is fraudulent, and she said that it was used to colonize and control, just like religion. It is religion. Religion is what they use to colonize us and take away our rights. All right. I want to run this one more time because it's very, very important.
Yeah. Jesus is a metaphor for the sun. And so boiling it down, Christianity is sun worship based on astrology, because nobody owns the sun. So obviously the sun belongs to God. So it's God's son, and he's the light of the world. Of course, the sun's the light of the world. What else lights the world if it's not the sun? And he has 12 helpers. Of course, the 12 signs of the zodiac, the 12 months of the year. He is our risen Savior. Of course, it rises every morning about 5:30. And the sun is your Savior. If it don't come up, we're dead. So once you start breaking down the symbols in the Old and the New Testament, you begin to see that Christianity is basically astrology and sun worship. But it has been so well hidden and so cleverly disguised. And once you start breaking it down and reading the whole story, it becomes overwhelmingly obvious. This is what we're talking about. He has a virgin birth. He's born of a virgin, of course. Virgin birth because one of the constellations of the zodiac is Virgo, Virgo the virgin. This is why Judas gives Jesus the kiss of death, because Judas represents Scorpio, and Scorpio gives the God's son, the light of the world, the kiss of death. Jesus.
Yep. Breaking down all the mysteries, breaking up all the mysteries. Why is it so important for them to distract us from our cosmic experience? Anybody can tell us? Why is it important for them to interrupt our cosmic experience? Because if religion is not the highest, why did they use religion to slow us down? The reason why religion was used to slow us down was because,
Control.
go ahead.
For control.
Yes, but not only for control. Remember when you read in the book, it tells us about separating the waters from the water, right? That means, and in ancient days, waters usually mean people, just like how fish usually mean people, abundance of people.
Okay.
So there was a separation, but it was a cosmic one where, remember, there is storytelling that our ancestors said they don't come from planet Earth because the Earth is just one of the 12 constellations that is out there. If we realize that there is more constellation than just this one, how did we know that? And how do we know that there's 12 out there? And if religion was formed to imitate cosmic intelligence, then that is why they teach religion to slow us down, to let us forget about who we truly are.
But how did we know that information? Wasn't it from other beings, like the book of Enoch talk about the fallen angels and what they taught mankind?
How we interpret it through the Anukian story that is
Mhm.
being is that Anu created mankind, look like man, talk like man, but
Mhm.
is a full-hearted soul man. So it's our understanding that after creating mankind, mankind now was very much not like the Anukians, but they were jealous of the Anukians because the Anukians had domain over mankind. All right, so I am still trying to fathom some of the pieces, but I know that it is more than just enslavement as they teach us or controlling. There's something behind the whole corporation taking away our rights. Any questions? Go ahead.
I think it's to block our ascension because if you go back to that story, NL was mad at the other brother for giving an extra some information in the DNA, which would make us more powerful. So I think that's the whole aim, is to use distraction. You talk about circus and food to distract people, to slow us down from ascending or mastering our craft.
Marvelous, marvelous, marvelous. And you remember yesterday we were talking with the Sheik and we were mentioning some of the marvels that they. Has anybody here ever been to Chicago? Anyone?
Yeah, yeah.
Which part in Chicago you been, my brother? Where in Chicago did you go?
I can't remember 2 years ago. Years ago, I was passing through and I had to stop in a so.
Yes, yes, yes. Very, 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 very powerful place. Not a place that they tell us the truth about. As you hear yesterday, it was the capital of Tamaria, and there's a lot of things that is buried over there, a lot of great monuments that is inside the Grand Canyon and Chicago. Chicago is one of the first energy city in Tamaria, but they don't teach us about that. I'm going to continue a little snippet from yesterday because I'm urging our brothers and sisters who there sometime. I think in the near future we have to plan a little bus trip where we go know places, right? Yeah, we have to know.
Russ, go ahead.
Yes, yes, I.
You said Samaria. Is it the same as Tamare?
Yes, I. Yes, I. The pronunciation is the same. I'm going to play something now that speaks exactly about it. And some of the symbol that is round here is from Tamaria. They are symbols that our ancestors used. Even the very flag with them over here of people are yet our flag. But a lot of us don't know these things. All right, let us get into some knowledge, brothers and sisters.
Once much more powerful than we are today, and that it was used powered batteries, and due to a major cataclysmic mud flood event, they slowly lost their foothold in Asia and abandoned their New World colonies. Their culture was mostly lost in time to this destructive event, and many of their creations were destroyed. Those that survived would be demolished by modern governments with a few exceptions in a global effort to strike the Tartarians from the book and cover up the fact that humanity was once much more powerful than we are today, and that it was unified under a central government to maintain the status quo of new governments that popped up after the Tartarians fell. And wait, no, this cannot be true. The idea that there was once an empire so great that it controlled the entire world and it just up and disappeared is absolutely crazy. I'm sorry to break it to you all, but I don't actually have forbidden knowledge to share with you today. What I'll actually be talking about is the Tartarian conspiracy. Now, you might be thinking that this crazy theory is completely made up and there isn't any historical mention of Tartary, but you'd be wrong. Let's take a look into where this conspiracy comes from. Like you probably imagined, Tartary is not a real place. It's not a nation, country, or group of people that have any identity whatsoever. In fact, none of the so-called Tartarians identified themselves with that nomenclature. Tartary is a large portion of Asia as it was understood by Europeans from the 13th to 18th centuries. It didn't refer to any of the multiple countries and ethnic populations within that area. It was simply a toponym for the Asian continent that wasn't completely understood by the Europeans at that time. So to be clear, this Tartary is not a country, it's just what Europeans called Asia. Eventually, as Europeans gained a slightly better understanding of geography, they divided Tartary into sections, like Siberia, which was called the Great Tartary or Russian Tartary, and Manchuria, which was called Chinese Tartary. If you replace the word Tartary with Asia, these names make a little bit more sense. Each time the Europeans learned more about Asia or determined that a group of people lived in one place, they would just name that chunk of Tartary after them. Oh, and if you're wondering where the word Tartary comes from, it actually came into usage after the violent spread of the Mongol Empire and likely derives from the word Tartarus, a hellish realm of Greek mythology. So, as you might be able to imagine, European map makers did not have very high opinions of these so called Tartars. Eventually, as the 18th century came to a close, so did the usage of the name Tartary. However, this word has found itself attached to scores of documents and maps that would survive into the 21st century, which eventually helped fuel this conspiracy. This is despite the fact that any mentions of the Tartarian language or flag were created by Europeans who encountered different groups of people in Asia that they just didn't understand. Nowadays, for most people, it's clear that this is just a cut and dry placeholder name. So this should be it, right? We should all just understand that this name is just that, a name. Well, that wouldn't make for a very good video. You see, the Tartarian conspiracy theory states that these maps aren't referring to Asia as a whole during this time period, but rather an actual unified nation, the Tartarian Empire. An empire that was so powerful it actually had outposts all over the world and had, for a time, achieved some sort of world peace. This grand empire has been hidden from history books and has all but vanished from the modern world, leaving only a few pieces of evidence behind. So, with such a great foothold over the world, how did the Tartarians lose it all?
The avalanche of mud rolls relentlessly on, but there is no stemming the mounting waves of mud.
Mud floods. This grand empire that covered all of Asia and many other parts of the world was destroyed from raging mud floods. Supporters of the Tartarian conspiracy theory believe that there is little evidence of this ancient civilization because it is buried deep beneath the ground. This idea has very little support in actual geological phenomenon, but instead in the fact that some old buildings have windows underground. Now, obviously, mud floods have happened throughout history and have probably buried some houses. It's not a stretch to say that there are probably some grand architectural pieces that are stuck below the surface of the earth, given that, well, we find some every year and dig them up. But an entire empire being buried? Where would all that mud even come from? It really makes no sense. And you might believe that I'm just brushing over this section of the conspiracy since the empire being hidden is such a crucial detail. But no, this is genuinely the only real piece of evidence used in the theory. Some adherents to this theory will also suggest that World War II bombing campaigns also leveled some evidence of this ancient empire, but again, that just doesn't make a lot of sense. Unfortunately, many buildings were destroyed during World War II, but not any that belonged to an ancient empire. So, if this grand empire is supposedly buried underground, how would we even come to believe it existed, and that it stretched to the lengths that it did? Well, that brings us to the next important chapter in this story. Now we're getting into one of the central questions of this video. What is Tartarian architecture? How is it evidence for this grand empire? Tartarian architecture refers to the creations of this forgotten empire.
Hold on. Crystal, which part you see them a building here? Kareem, which part you see them building here?
All over the US.
Not only the US. When you go up on this tongue, I said architectural work, you see. This is the same architectural work that is displayed in Spanish Town all over in the place called Jamaica. So if this said architectural work was being done, I mean, said there's a connection, isn't there, people? This is Chicago, you know, all the way in Chicago. And they want to tell we said, no, 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 this don't have no connection to us. This is our ancestral work.
Empire that exists today. Now, these creations do not follow one style. They can literally be any form of architecture as long as they feel out of place for people who don't understand history. More importantly, however, it's a subreddit where many of the followers of this conspiracy gather. r/Tartarian architecture, which was created in 2018, is defined by people misunderstanding buildings, lamenting over lost and destroyed pieces of architecture, and commonly reused and recycled arguments about the existence of similar buildings throughout the world, like the fact that there are pyramids in parts of the world that had no contact during the time of their construction, which totally has nothing to do with the fact that a pyramid is just a good shape to make buildings out of. No. Now, besides r/Tartarian architecture, there's also this larger subreddit, r/Tartaria, which has similar posts to the Tartarian architecture subreddit, but also some that don't involve architecture specifically. So I'll sort of be talking about both subreddits at once, but I'll make distinctions if it's actually here.
I will put the rest of this video inside the class so you can get to it, because it has a lot of good insight. It's reminding us who we are, what the legacy is, and how we have to put the puzzle together. I see Miss Barrett writing a lot. They have rewrite our history. Yes, that's true. They have rewritten our story. And of course, the Vatican also plays a part in it, as what you're saying. Most of the churches are built on pyramids. They destroy all history so we could have no recollection. Anybody can relate to what she's saying?
Yes. Also, if they destroy what we've had, our history, then there's no ties to the land, and they can try to dispute the land and say that it's not ours.
Thank you. And that is why, even with what is being explained about Tamaria or Tamaria, is that they are saying it was a mud flood that buried the city. But where did the flood come from? Then they say that it's World War III, World War II planes destroyed, but it wasn't in that capacity. So where they use all kind of fabricated lies to distract us from asking some of the relevant questions that hangs around us. Because I know that when I drive around some of these buildings, I am lost for words to how can these buildings be made from the 18th century and I'm seeing donkey carts and all these primitive things. How come the pyramid built, but yet still the boulders that are there wasn't any bulldozer and crane, but yet still these tons of stone got moved into the right places. And then our story come to fruition because this is what the native have really been doing, and they were more sophisticated and they were more technological. I think what they have done, as I said, our cosmic force has been cut and put us in an earthly bubble. In other words, you can't use your powers as how we ought to. And we've been seeing that with our herbs. We've been seeing it with our food. We've been seeing it with our water. We've been seeing it with the resources that when we really start getting into knowing how to use these elements, we're more powerful, aren't we? We're 10 times more powerful when we use herbs is part of the celestial journey. The resources as to the water and the earth and the fire, that is part of our celestial journey also, that we have to learn to use them and control them. like I believe that our ancestors were very powerful with fire. Fire is a very intelligent and powerful resource, but you have to know how to control it. Just like water and earth. But that's for another journey. Any question? Let me put this thing inside there. And please go and do some research on Chicago and try to find out more about the secrets that they're not telling us about. I believe there's a lot of secret that they're not expressing. Okay? The weekend is up on us. As I said, today's our last. Take some time out next week. Hang with the family, 4th of July celebration, all kind of things that come up as well, I'm saying. But I am just going to take my time off like how Crystal got her time off the other day. I'm going to get my well-deserved time off.
I'm
And
still on the job.
I'm still on the job, but it's just that I get a and talking about that, Crystal, I don't know. Sunday, I'm going to be by my mom. So, I do hope the chief, you are the only chief here with us right now. But as far as our Sunday meeting go, I asked you already to do a bit of coordinating. But I know that you're stretching yourself wide. And I don't want to pack you up. But we do need to assist High Chief Gary on Sunday. Because I will not be fully in there. I will be present, but I will be doing other things too. So, I'm going to send out the link for later tomorrow, and then Sunday.
You want us to help carry the load,
Yeah, 'cause my mother sugar ball out. Lord God, you come look for me, and you're still in a Nyankopong.
Yes.
That's scary.
Undivided attention. You have to give mama that.
Yes, I want to give her some time, so I will be there and assisting her. But I am at your disposal for important reach. And as far as they know, when I'm up by mom now, I'm going to totally disconnect. But I'm going to be doing the review of the exam papers. So when I come back, I can have everything sorted out and say, yes, this is what your marks is, this is what you fully understand, and we can move forward. This is where I say we shall be, and full joy. You're strong, you're full joy, and please be careful out there until we see each other Sunday. We shall be.
We shall be.
We
We
shall
shall
have
be.
it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
We shall be. We shall be. Bumbo.
Is a troubled place. We must find time to say that
We shall have it.
love, unity, and empathy